And I eventually, moved back to Houston, Texas. And I started dancing.
Okay.
And I started dancing,
And this is all pre-boobs.
Topless dancing.
Okay.
Topless dancing, yeah. And I started doing that. And then I met some people that, because I started seeing that in Houston, they were having people like Europe Deshawn and people like that that were doing, they were doing shows and stuff,
Like feature dancing.
Yeah, feature dancing.
Okay.
And I got interested in that, and I started doing that. And I did that, and then before you knew it, I was starting to do porn.
Okay.
I started to do porn. And did that, and kept doing that, and Jesus Christ, here I am.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Here I am. But I did that. But what I did learn was that what I did start in the industry was ladies doing what they did was, because there was always photographers and shit, right?
Yeah.
And they were always, doing their shit and all that. And then all of a sudden I figured out that, hey, man, you can start doing your own shit. You can start taking over your shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I started to get to know, magazine publishers and all that shit because, they knew us and we knew them.
Mm-hmm.
And I started saying, hey, man, we can get rid of this middleman and take care of our own shit.
Yeah.
And we can start doing this. And I think that's probably what I was really well known for, is being able to, do your own stuff and get rid of the middleman and start, taking control of your own content.
Yeah.
And that was before the internet started happening.
Yeah.
So, that's what I did. And unfortunately, the internet started happening. And, it just went crazy from there.
Yeah. So you didn't really have any agents or managers in the beginning? Or did you have them approach you?
I did have an agent,
Okay.
Eleanor from Universal Entertainment.
Okay.
And believe it or not, she's still alive.
Okay.
She's like in her 90s. And she stopped doing that, and now she's in Oregon, and she's like she has land and stuff and doing pot and all that.
Okay.
It's really crazy. It's really crazy.
She must have had a life.
Oh, she did. Oh my God, she knew JFK. She knew all kinds of people, and she was really, she was out there. And so what she did was, she kind of turned over a lot of her contacts over to other agents and stuff. And then she decided to buy land in Oregon and, and start doing weed. Crazy. I actually worked for her a little while there.
Okay.
Yeah, I was there and helping her with her weed. So, but very funny.
Yeah.
But she's still alive.
Nice.
Still alive. She's still going. She handled people like me. She handled Europe Deshawn. She handled Crystal Storm. She handled Serena Lee. She handled all these women.
Wow.
Yeah.
A lot of people out there being like imagining what it would have been like to manage all the the best busty women of
Well, it wasn't always fun for her.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes we all fought with her and shit and said, hey, what the fuck is this thing with the booking? Fuck you, asshole, and all that shit. So she just put the phone down and just let us yell.
Yeah. But it's cool because when you started and back then it's like because it was all about like features in terms of like actual movies. You made movies with real stories to them, whereas now it just seems like it's all just scenes and clips and all that stuff.
Well, from what I remember, when I just started getting into it, and there was John Lee Graham, right? Mm-hmm. Do you know who John Lee Graham is?
I don't.
Okay, very well-known photographer. videographer. Actually, like Tracy Tops ended up marrying him.
Okay.
And stuff like that. And so we I kind of like thought, okay, fuck it. I'll do a blowjob scene or something here. We'll just go with it.
Yeah.
You know? And that's when it all started. And then we did like the Duke of Knockers.
One of my favorites. Wasn't that shot on location in England?
Yes.
In like a real castle, right?
Yes.
What was that like, shooting in a real castle?
It was cool. Yeah, we're doing Duke of Knockers. We're doing things like, and then we did stuff in like the Florida Keys and stuff. You know, the Big Bill Olympics and all this goofy, stupid stuff. You know, and you know, that's when I felt like, you know, at first it felt like a lot of the big boob girls didn't want to do that at first, but I felt like I'm gonna do it. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And I did do it. And, you know, that's where it all started, you know. I think I had a lot to do with that.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
I really do. You know.
Well, because somebody was telling me earlier, or another interview I did, she was telling me that, you know, women that have breasts that are like, extremely large tend to be passed over by at least maybe studios today or the websites today. Like, I guess they have a certain size. I don't know if it was like that back then or if there was just a certain like studio that handled super busty women.
Okay. Well, when it came to John Lee Graham and also the company he worked with, like, oh gosh, what was that? Out of Arizona. I forgot the name. But anyways, there was the elite companies like, you
Vivid
know,
and
and they didn't want to deal with that. You know what I mean? Like there was like, you know, remember the days of Kobe Ty and all that shit and all that. It was like Vivid.
Yep.
Vivid and all. They didn't want to really deal with that.
Yeah.
Just kind of like Playboy. They didn't want to deal with that. It was kind of like, you know, just too much.
Yeah.
And so and that's okay. We understand all that. But yeah, so that's what the problem was with that. I do remember Serena Lee one time was approached by Vivid.
Yeah.
And they wanted to you know, put her under contract. And she actually called me and she said, you know, what about this? I said, well, you know, you're going to have to understand that you're going to have to do what they want you to do.
Yeah.
You're going to be under contract. So, you know, you make the decision. And I guess she didn't decide to go with them. But, you know, of course, everybody knew that Serena Lee was like just fucking gorgeous and awesome.
Yeah.
And
Although I don't think she ever
how could Vivid not want her?
Yeah.
Oh, God. But I think the thing is she didn't like the fact that, you know, they would have control. And, you know, if they wanted anal, they wanted this, they wanted that. That is what you're going to have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So